What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Well, is Cory Sandman Sandhagen ready for a championship title bout? Well, if he is, he's going to have to wait behind Aljamain Sterling, who's facing off with Petr Yan for the 135 belt. But does he deserve to be next after that fight? Well, let's go back a little bit, say 2020. You know, Cory was riding in with a 5-fight win streak and he faced off against Aljamain Sterling. Well, it didn't work out in his favor. He got absolutely dominated in that fight. He was submitted via a rear naked choke in round 1. So following that fight, what does the UFC do? Well, they throw him in with another killer, Marlon Magic Man Moraes. Now, a lot of people are wondering, well, he got destroyed by Aljo. How is he going to do against Marlon? Well, it turns out he did pretty good. You know, he was controlling the majority of the fight, and then he landed a spinning wheel kick and followed up with punches to get the stoppage victory. Now, after that, you know, what's the next move for Cory? Well, it turns out they want to put him in the octagon with MMA legend, former 155-pound champion, Frankie Edgar. Now, going into the fight, I did know there was a size difference, but when they actually got into the octagon, it was quite clear. Frankie being 5'6", and you have Cory being 5'11". Now, it's really interesting because Frankie came into this fight as a former 155 champion. He had also fought at 145, and this bout was taking place at 135, and he still looked to be the smaller individual. Well, regardless of that, the fight began, and Frankie was looking to start the action. It almost looked like he was the bull and Cory was the matador. And Cory just kind of kept moving, and Frankie kept going after him, and then all of a sudden, Cory jumps in the air and bam! He lands a flying knee right on the kisser of Frankie. Well, Frankie takes the blow and then starts to fall in slow motion. Basically, he was knocked out in just under 28 seconds. Now, is this KO of the year? Well, you have to subscribe to Competitive Origins MMA. If you haven't done so already, click the notification bell so you can be notified on a daily basis when these videos go live, and especially when we put out the award show so you guys can find out if this did win KO of the year. And don't forget to hit the like button. Now, following the fight, Cory got on the mic and said that, you know, he is a different monster since his bout with Aljamain Sterling, and he wants to prove this. You know, he said that, you know, he heard about Frankie talking about, you know, he fights because he loves to fight. You know, and in his mind, he's only fighting for legacy. You know, he wants to get world titles. He wants to be the king. Now, he also discussed Petr Yan talking about how he wants to fight TJ Dillashaw after he gets through Aljo. Now, apparently, he's not happy with that. He basically said that's garbage. He said that he is next in line, that he is the toughest challenge next to Aljo, and he's saying that he should face the winner of that bout in July. Now, that bout is going to take place in March. It's on the card under Adesanya and Blachowicz. So we'll find out who's the winner of that fairly soon. But July looks like a really good date. I'd be excited to see it. That is International Fight Week, so it would be cool to see them on a card that jam-packed. Of course, there's no fights that have been named on that card yet, but that would definitely be a good fight if we were to tune into it. Now, go into the comment section below and let me know if you think, you know, Cory is next in line for the title. Now, as I just mentioned, Petr Yan wants to fight TJ Dillashaw, and usually the champion gets what he wants. Not always, but usually he gets, and I think he only wants that fight because it's going to be more money. You know, TJ Dillashaw is a bigger name, so Petr Yan gets a percentage of the pay-per-view. At least I would hope his contract has that in there because a lot of the championship fighters get that. So maybe it's in his best interest to face off against TJ Dillashaw, or maybe he's also thinking like, okay, he was the last person to have the championship and nobody beat him, so therefore I want to be the one to beat him to prove that I'm the true champion. I don't know what his mindset is, you know, but does he deserve it, TJ Dillashaw? I don't think so. You know, I think Cory should be the one to get the title shot next. He's put in the work, and he just had an awesome victory, you know, against, you know, in his last fight against Frankie Edgar. You know, TJ Dillashaw was stripped of the title. He didn't retire. If TJ had retired and then came back, it's understandable why he would fight for the title. But for him to be suspended for using performance-enhancing drugs, he should probably face off against Jose Aldo, who just got a victory, and Jose is calling him up, so that would make perfect sense. Let him earn a title shot by getting through Jose, and then we can talk about him fighting for a title. But as it stands, I think Cory should be next in line. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you disagree, give me your feedback. I love to hear what you guys think about the topic. Go to competitiveorigins.com, type in promo code MMA77 so you can get 10% off this Competitive Origins Get It Done t-shirt. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. I'm BPC, and remember, you've been competing since conception. Whether you're competing against yourself or others, Competitive Origins.